Political developments in Rivers State and what it means for the APC, especially considering the fact that the governor of the state just recently joined the party. Now, the big question is, will the party save him from this impending crisis that is once again threatening his governorship reign in Rivers State? Let's bring in Honorable Dauda Adamu. He's the national coordinator of the APC Stability Project to give us the political and partisan analysis on how this development is going to impact not just the APC, but what's coming up in 2027. Honorable, thank you so much for joining the conversation. Good to see you this evening.
Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Right. Let's start this way. As an APC member, what is your take on what is playing out in Rivers, and how concerned are you?
Because of the strategic importance of Rivers State, it is something of concern to all politicians, particularly at the national level. We know how strategic Rivers State is to the national up to the presidential election, and the stability of Rivers State also as a state because of its economic value and how much it adds to the running of Nigerian government. So it is a very, very dicey situation we are in right now. The stability of Rivers State is important, and we must all work together from the national and also the key players from the state level to make sure that the Rivers State is not destabilized or put into unnecessary, crisis by the key relevant stakeholders in that state.
When the fight started, when the crisis started, it was a PDP problem.
Exactly.
Now it is an APC problem. Do you think your party, nationally or at the state level, is capable of de-escalating this fight to a point where it might not be an issue for you in 2027?
Yes, I think we all have the right strategy in place that we can actually use to make sure that this crisis did not escalate to a level of concern, and that in such a way that it will affect our outcome in 2027. You have the background of when the crisis started and the steps that have been taken by both the stakeholders within the state as well as the intervention of Mr. President at the national level. So much that, in order to make sure that the state is stable, the president has to, impose the state of emergency for about 6 months thereabout. And our thought was that whatever issues they had before the emergency rule, you understand, having put the emergency rule in place, it will have been resolved. Because some of the things that the negotiation that must have probably taken place behind the scene while the person who was in charge of the emergency rule was ruling must have cleared up whatever doubt that brings peace, into the table. And we saw His Excellency Fubara being reinstated as the governor. So that is our taking. Whatever it is that is happening right now seems alien, seems something that we are concerned about. And one thing you mentioned earlier was that it was a PDP problem, and now it's an APC problem. But unfortunately, we have a funny situation where allegedly there is a key member of the PDP who is, instigating this, you understand? For us, I understand that there must have probably be an agreement that helped to the last phase of the negotiation to bring Fubara back. But right now, whatever agreement Fubara had was a PDP agreement. Fubara is of the APC. And so therefore, whatever it is that Fubara does now at the moment, I am sure it should be in line with APC vision, mission, you understand, and objectives of a new Rivers State under the progressive leadership.
Right. And are you saying that the APC will save him? Are you saying the APC will protect
Absolutely,
Fubara
absolutely. Even though the people, I mean, the State Assembly are of also APC, you understand? In fact, that's what makes things complicated for us.
But do you think they are APC through and through? Like people like you, for instance. I mean, they obviously say their allegiance is to the president, to the party, especially ahead of 2027. But their political benefactor is still someone who associates himself with the PDP.
An expelled PDP member, so to speak.
He doesn't consider himself expelled. Right. Yeah, but where? How do you explain that conundrum? Where their loyalties might not necessarily be 100%.
Whoever sees that the main person, as far as we're concerned, or even though it's a matter that is in the courts, is partyless. If he's behind the crisis in Rivers State, as a gentleman that he is or they are, they should probably have a reconsideration. Fubara is of the APC. The national APC will stand by Fubara and will ensure right steps are being taken to make sure that the State Assembly do not abuse their privileges. Whatever you think that they are pushing, I believe and I strongly have this at the back of my mind that the Nigerian Constitution, you understand, is the guiding principle. And for every step they take, it has to follow the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But for us as party members, our National Secretary had come out earlier and I also made this clear. And we are with whatever it is the National Secretary had said, you understand, distinguished Senator Torajuddin. He has said it. This case is purely an APC case. It's an APC matter. The interested party is not a member of the APC. You understand? And so therefore, even though in governance, you govern everybody, but in a political gimmicks of this nature or drama or games that is being played, we already know. We have seen the handwriting on the wall. We will protect Fubara because Fubara is a key player in the APC governance, and Rivers State is a very interesting state that we will not want it to be destabilized before 2027.
Right.
So whatever it is legally that will be given to Fubara or will be given to the current administration in Rivers State, I am sure the National will do what it takes. Even though allegedly we are hearing that the withdrawing the impeachment, what do you call it, procedure, it has not been verified. It's an information that is on social media. That to tell you that conversation is already on, whether the presidency or the party are involved at that level and negotiation is ongoing. But to say that they will impeach Fubara, I don't think it's fair to all Nigerians who had followed the drama from day one to this very moment, and they know that it was not in good faith. That is the fallback of this whole drama.
And considering the political nature of this fallout, if the APC has to choose who to work with, who to save, based on political value, would it be Fubara or Wike in this case?
100% Fubara. Fubara has the mechanism of the
Fubara has more political
Yes, because he is currently the governor, you understand, and he's the member of the Nigerian Governors Forum. And there are different stages of stakeholding in Nigeria. If you are an elected official, you have a certain, structure that you work with, you understand, and then you belong to a very strategic, forum of the Nigerian Governors Forum, as well as the Progressive Governors Forum, you understand. So for me, if you put Wike on a scale and a Fubara, and then ask me who is going to be strategically important for both of them are important for us. I mean, let me reach my word. Wike has a role to play. He's currently a member of the ruling party's Federal Executive Council, representing Rivers State. He is currently the FCT minister, And so he has his own role to play. But what we expect from him as he is stepping into a statesman-like stage, he should act like one. You understand? There are a lot of models that Wike should have learned from happening in other states. There are governors who left their states, you understand, and have been charged with national responsibility, and they never look back.
But you would admit that Wike's politics is uncommon. There aren't so many people that you would say are like him. So the question is, if you have to cut your losses, because clearly getting the two camps to work together is proving to be an impossibility, kind of. They've had two peace accords or agreements, and both had been broken. From the one last year to the one before that in 2024, all of them had been broken. In between that, there was the state of emergency, and this week, all gloves are off again, back to the arena, fighting things out. So if the APC had to cut its losses, you heard what your national secretary said to the FCT minister: resign and stop being a disruptor within the APC, because you're not even a part of the APC as a member. Do you think it's wise, and would you advise the APC, if you have to cut one and just accept to work with one, whether it's Fubara or Wike? You're saying they should go with Fubara. Okay,
so I think the National Secretary has his own right and opinion to have called for Minister Wike's resignation. But again, the selection or the appointment of a minister is an exclusive right of Mr. President. If Mr. President had seen value in Wike and he feels that Wike can deliver, you understand, part of his promises that he made to Nigerians, in FCT to be precise, you understand, then that is an exclusive right of Mr. President. But okay, for us as also political party, where we understand the drama that this gentleman is actually causing. There are a lot of, issues ongoing left and right, particularly with Rivers State. I'm telling you this simply because I understand that, look, irrespective of the fact that you said Rivers State is a unique state, we saw the drama between him and former governor, the former Minister of Transportation, Amechi. But again, after some time, Amechi took the honorable way and look away and allow him to enjoy his tenure for 8 good years. Today, Fubara is in charge. And Fubara is not just in charge by appointment. Fubara was elected to govern and administer the resources that belongs to Rivers people. Right. And it would be wise for Wike to concentrate on the national assignment given to him and also allow Fubara to exercise his own power, do the right thing. Even though if Fubara is in the APC, we will not also tolerate Fubara doing, acting with impunity. Whatever it is that Fubara is supposed to do on gentleman agreement, because politics, beside what the Constitution had, tells for you to follow, it's also a gentleman, agreement. It is give and take. Right? You can't take Wike out of the Nigerian political space, however you look at it. We have to find a strategic way to manage the two of them. One is a member of our Federal Executive Council. The other one is the governor of a very strategic state and is a member of the progressive family. Right. And he deserves, as family members, our protection. He deserves our guidance. So whatever it is that is being cooked in Rivers State, let them know that we have our eyes on them and we are watching cleanly to make sure that whatever process that is being put in place is the governor is not being coerced into doing things that he should not be. Right. And as to the legislatives themselves, the Rivers State Assembly, they also need to understand if they are members of the APC, they must do things according to the progressive. For God's sake, they don't even have party to. If they leave APC today, I don't know where they are going to. PDP is crumbled. The man that is even directing them is partless, is allegedly expelled. So if I want to speak like a politician who is standing on this other side, I'm telling you, they are dealing with, you know, it's just a case of a man who has 1 and one who has 0.
Right.
Who is going to give you something?
Right. So many unanswered questions about who needs who the most.
Yeah.
Does APC need Wike the most, or does Wike need the APC for his own political survival? But one thing is very clear. The PDP was unable to solve this problem. Now it's the APC's turn to deal with it.
Absolutely.
And let's see how that one unfolds. That's all the time we have for now.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining the conversation. It's good to see you this evening.